only embarrassing thing was when we would rap, I'd walk about 6 blocks away from the studio just so I wouldn't be seen
Oh,
hitchhiking.
you didn't want your coworkers to know you were a vagrant.
I'm hitchhiking. So I'm hitchhiking, and a car pulls over, and I look in. It's David Cassidy.
Who is like the biggest
the
heartthrob
biggest
star in the world.
Exactly, the king of Tiger Beat magazine. Now, he said, what are you doing out here? And lying instantly, I said, oh, my car broke down. And he said, well, get in. I said, well, thanks. So I got in, and he starts driving towards, town. And we got to Sunset. He said, are you going east or west? And I said, I'm going east. And so he pulled over and let me out.
He was going west?
He was going west, and I just thought that was odd. I mean, I hitched the remaining 4 or 5 miles, but years later at a charity event, I saw Sean Cassidy, his half-brother, backstage.
Another heartthrob,
And
yeah.
I told him the story, and he just smiled and he said, yeah, that's David. Yeah, well, I tell you, when I did meet a Beatle, I was on a plane, and I looked over, and across the aisle was George Harrison. And I didn't want to bother him, so I just wrote a note.
Now, when are we talking? What year is this about?
This would have been, it was right after Cracker Box Palace came out. So post All Things Must Pass. I think his first album after All Things Must Pass. And I didn't want to bother him, so I wrote a note and gave it to the stewardess, basically saying, I can't thank you enough for writing the soundtrack of my life, or whatever, just effusive praise. You're a fan. And I gave it to the stewardess and sent it over, and she comes back and she says, Mr. Harrison wants to meet you. And I was like, oh no, because I have a hard time meeting heroes. I got this lump in my throat, like if I speak, I'm gonna cry. It was really tough. So when I went over there, I managed to get out my words of praise. It's just, your music meant so much. It changed my life, and I just can't thank you enough. And he looked up, cool as a cucumber, and said, you're not so bad yourself.
It's solid.
It's so George. It's so underplayed in that liver-puddling accent, and didn't, just deadpan.